Seriously? What do you guys want? You guys want to go play? Should we go outside for a bit? Okay, let's go have some fun. Then we're gonna do a video. All right, let's go inside now. Whoa, crazy, I know. All right, intro. I really hope that looked cool because I almost took out my whole shelf. Anyways, I am Maddie. I'm not doing a slide intro again, so that's a one-time shot. We're just going with it. Today, Wanda and I, hey baby, we are gonna talk about my hiking pack and what I carry inside of it. If you've never seen my channel before, welcome to Maddie Outdoors. I'm Maddie. Crazy, I know. Like, that one I wasn't sure people were going to catch. And if you did, awesome. If not, Maddie Outdoors, I'm Maddie. Welcome. Let's keep going. I'm Canadian. I like coffee, primarily Tim Hortons. I drink a lot of it. I love my dog. I have 2 of them now, so... Much better. All right, better. I love my dogs. And yeah, I love hiking and I love backpacking. About a year ago, I really started looking into getting more into the lightweight, I guess sort of going closer to ultralight backpacking. I'm definitely not quite there yet. Getting there. My base weight is just under 14 pounds right now, which I'm pretty happy with. I got my pack loaded. Gonna rip it apart, go through it, kind of see what's inside, show you guys how I organize it, go from there. If you got any questions, feel free to ask down below. I've also gone online to the site lighterpack.com. I've put every single thing that's in this pack, has been weighed, has been listed on this. I'll put the link in the description. You can check that out, follow along if you want. Anyways, let's rip this thing apart. Okay, gotta reset the camera. Battery just died. Shot, good to go. All right, yeah, basically I'm gonna start with the lid of the pack. I mean, I guess, well, okay, first thing, going through on the list, this is my Osprey Exos 58. So, starting at the very top in the lid, the first thing that you're gonna find in the lid is this little contraption here. This is my hang time hook under shelter sleep system. The hang time hook, this is 1.75 ounces. What this does, this clips onto my ridge line of my hammock, and this little clip here opens up. I can put my cell phone inside of it, and basically as I'm laying in the hammock, my cell phone dangles up above me. I'm a movies guy, so I bring movies on my phone. That's my thing. I throw a movie on, fall asleep, it's awesome. Works for me. So yeah, my hang time hook. Also in the lid of my pack, I keep my gloves. These are just a simple lightweight pair of synthetic Under Armour gloves. Those are 1.25 ounces. Also in the top of my pack is my merino buff. This is the extra long one. I like this because you can fold it up a whole bunch of different ways. I'll make a toque out of it. When I'm sleeping, I'll pull it down over my face and I'll kind of make like a neck gaiter to kind of keep the moisture contained. Awesome, love these things. Also in the brain of my pack, I keep my toiletry kit. This has got my sanitary wipes, my toothbrush, my deodorant. I keep hand sanitizer in there. I keep lip chap in there, and I keep my little thing of bug spray in here. 6 ounces for my toiletry kit. Also in the lid of my pack, you will find my headlamp. This is a Black Diamond Revolt. This is 3.5 ounces. Next thing in the lid of my pack, I carry my knife. Now I'll fully admit I do not carry my knife in the lid of my pack. On my person at all times while I'm hiking. I have my ribs front pack, which I've got a video on. I'll put that up somewhere over here. I'm pretty sure that's the side it pops up on. If not, then it'll show up on this side. Anyways, I carry this in one of the front pockets of my ribs pack, but I do consider this part of my hiking kit, so I threw it in my pack just to get the weight, but it is carried on me. It's either in my ribs pack or in my pocket all the time, so just for simplicity in this video, I threw it in the brain of my pack. Now, one thing that I don't carry with this, and I'll kind of fully admit, is I don't carry a pack cover with my pack. With this pack in particular, the brain does completely detach. What I'll do is, if it's going to rain, I'll detach the brain of my pack and I put it inside the compactor bag, which you'll see inside my pack later on. That's how I keep all my stuff dry. In the underside of my pack, I keep my hammock suspension. So that will be one bag here. This has my whoopee slings and my toggles. Straps, my whoopee slings, and my toggles, all which are both in Ziploc bags. That will be 5.5 ounces. That's my entire hammock suspension system. And also in the lid of my pack, I also keep my tent stakes. I carry 5 titanium shepherd hook tent stakes. I only need 4 for my tarp. I carry an extra one just in case. And on there, I also have a little mini titanium carabiner from Dutchware. What I do with this is I'll clip this onto the ridgeline of my tarp so that this just hangs there. And the last thing that I keep inside there is I keep my spork. Generally I have just a little completely unused disposable dog poop bag that I'll put this in, just so if I have any kind of little food bits and stuff. Sometimes I eat a lot of the Mountain House meals. Sometimes like the cheeses and stuff will stick to your fork or whatever, just to kind of keep smells contained so I'm not rubbing food smell inside my pack. So yeah, I keep my spork in there, mostly just that's the way I've always done it. I can't really tell you why I've kept it separate. I've just always done it. Now going on to the outside pockets of my pack, I've got these 2 side pockets. In each of those I keep a water bottle. Now because I'm right hand dominant, I find the right hand pocket is it's easier for me to reach into for whatever reason. On the water bottle in my right hand side, I always have a sports cap, and I use 2 of these smart water bottles, the 1 liter. Those are 1.3 ounces for the 2 of them. I keep one to the other side as well. That one just has a standard lid, so when I stop fill up for water, this is the one. This basically just stores water. When the one on the right side is empty, I flip the bottles around, flip the lids, put this one on the right, that one on the left. It's just my system, works for me. Going to the front stretchy mesh pocket on the outside of my pack, this is where I'm going to keep things that I want to get access to right away. Water filter, which is basically, it's kind of a hacked up combination of a Sawyer Mini and a Platypus system. I've got this down to about 5 ounces. It's got a 2 liter dirty reservoir bag. Pretty happy with it. I love this system. I keep that on the outside of my pack, nice easy access. Next thing I keep on the outside of my pack is my tarp. I keep this on the outside of my pack, not so I can drop it and throw it across my basement, but I keep this on the outside of my pack just so it's accessible. When I have this thing, I've got my tarp system set up with a continuous ridgeline from Dutchware and a set of snakeskins from Dutchware. I can get my tarp set up in about 45 seconds if I really need to. So having it on the outside of my pack, when I get to camp, if it's absolutely pouring rain, which I ran into a lot this year, yeah, I can have my tarp up in about 45 seconds and I've got a nice, good covered dry area. I can sit, I can hang out, I can get changed, I can do all my stuff, then I can pop my hammock up and keep everything nice and dry. So I keep my tarp on the outside, that way I don't have to go digging through my pack, get all my stuff wet. Also on the outside of my pack, I keep a piece of Tyvek. I guess also the weight of my tarp, because I'm forgetting to do that, is 17.38 ounces. That is a Hammock Gear Quest. It's just an 11-foot hex tarp. I've got a Dutchware continuous ridge line. I've got Dutchware tarp worms. I've got some reflective guy lines and stuff like that for it. I'll put everything down in the description below. But yeah, the weight on that is about 17.25 ounces. And then also in the outside pocket of my pack, I keep just a piece of Tyvek. Super lightweight. I mean, this thing weighs, what is it, 2 ounces. So this basically just lays underneath my hammock. I'll just take 4 rocks and kind of put them at the corners. That way I can keep all my gear kind of underneath off the mud. If it's really like raining and windy, what I'll do is I'll take the compactor bag, which is in my pack, which you haven't seen yet, but trust me, it's there, I promise. I'll take that and I'll put my pack inside of it and then seal that up. That way everything inside there is completely dry. It lays under my pack. If it's windy, mud is splashing around, whatever, everything stays dry. But I throw this under just to kind of give me a dry spot to step, a dry spot to place stuff. Weighs 2 ounces. It's awesome. Super handy. And then the last thing that goes in the outside pocket of my pack is my bear hang kit. This is about 50 feet of paracord, a carabiner, and then this little pouch doubles as my rucksack. This is something I definitely do plan on lightening up. I intend on getting just a 50-foot chunk of Zing It because it's significantly lighter. I just haven't got there yet. 2 ounces for my bear hang kit. All right, that takes care of everything on the outside of the pack. Let's get into the top of the pack. See what we carry inside there. This is where I carry the bulk of my gear. So where you're gonna find all the big stuff. Let's get this up. All right. Now when you open my pack, in the top, the very first thing you're always gonna find, every single time, I organize this the same way every time, so I know where all my stuff is going to be. I know how deep I have to go to get certain things. Generally speaking, if I need to get into my pack on trail, the first thing I'm gonna need to grab is either my rain jacket, which is a Marmot Precip. I know with going lightweight, I know a lot of people swear by the Frog Togs, and I did try them. I went through actually 2 pairs of Frog Togs last year in about 4 trips. Just a lot of the trails that I've been doing are rather overgrown. I'm starting to venture a lot into more of the wilder areas of the parks and a lot of the Plouslands and wildland parks in Alberta. And yeah, just the Frog Togs, they don't hold up to the bushwhacking. So I went and I got this Marmot Precip. It comes in at 8 ounces. Next thing you're gonna find is my food bag, which I usually keep right on top. Obviously I don't have food in there, but all I use for a food bag is I just keep a couple dry bags. Depending on how long I'm going for a trip, I have a couple different sizes. I keep my food in a dry bag and I hang it. That's what I do. Next thing you're gonna find is my stove and cooking system. Recently did a video on my stove, my BRS 3000, which shows the entire cook system there. I'll put a link to this, pretty cool little system. My cook pot is a 650 mil titanium with the stuff sack is 4.3 ounces. My stove is the BRS 3000, which is 1.25 ounces. And I've got a Bic Mini, which is 0.38 ounces. And then beside that is my first aid kit. Pretty big, pretty comprehensive. Yes, I realize it goes against the lightweight principles, and I'm cool with that. If you want to see what's in here, I've got an awesome video on this. I love this thing. I'm super proud of my first aid kit. I'm never unprepared. So yeah, if you want to see what's in here, I'll put a link in the description for this one as well. Now getting into the big part of the pack, and maybe you can kind of see, what I basically have is a big contractor grade trash compactor garbage bag. One of the thick plastic ones. Everything that I need to keep dry is inside that. So like I was saying with the brain of my pack, yeah, there's a couple electronics and stuff in there that I want to keep dry. If it starts to rain, I declip the brain, stuff it in here. I like having certain things really handy and accessible. Like if it's chilly out on trail, I like having my gloves, I like being able to get my buff. If it gets dark, I like being able to get my headlamp. I like having the brain in the pack on the top, but yeah, it's just, I like it that way. So anyways, digging into the compactor bag. Now, as I organize things in here is generally speaking sort of going to be what I'm going to need to get right away. First thing on the top is going to be my puffy jacket. This is my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. This thing is awesome. 7 ounces, ridiculously warm. Yeah, they're pricey, but they are well worth it. Yeah, I love this thing. Then you're going to get to my clothes bag. This just has a whole bunch of random extra clothes in it. I've got everything listed under my clothing and, well, my spare clothing thing. So I carry 1 pair of merino wool darn tough socks. I carry 1 synthetic shirt. I carry a pair of shorts in here. My rain gear doesn't go in here, but I have it on the list with my clothing, but my rain gear is not in this pack. My Mount Hardcore Ghost Whisperer. Now my merino buff headwear, like I said, I carry in the lid, but I have it listed right here. And then I carry one pair of merino wool bottoms for base layers just to sleep in. I just tend to just sleep in a t-shirt. I use a 20-degree quilt all summer, so I never really have any issue with being cold. Next thing, I've got just a little mini pack towel, which I've kind of just trimmed down. It weighs about 1.5 ounces. I've got my argan pillow from Dutchware. It's literally just basically, I think it's the Climate Shield synthetic insulation inside. I love it for like cool nights. I find I don't really need a pillow inside the hammock, but it's nice just to kind of like tuck under the top of my head, and it just kind of gives you a little bit of extra warmth where sometimes the top of the underquilt doesn't cover you. And then I've got my Little Shop of Hammocks Warrior Hammock, coming in at 20.63 ounces. Absolutely love this thing. Then we get to the quilts. So the black one, this is my Little Shop of Hammocks 20-degree full-length toaster underquilt. Custom made. I've got a video on it. Just insanely warm. Probably my favorite piece of gear just for how warm it keeps me. I absolutely love my underquilt. I cannot say enough good things about it. And then digging down, we've got my gorgeous blue and orange, Go Oilers Go, Bandit Top Quilt from UGQ, 20-degree. Underquilt comes in at 26 ounces, my top quilt comes in at 20. And yeah, that's about it. My hammock is 20 ounces. I probably forgot to list off weights as I was going through, and that's fine because, you know, hey, whatever, we're just having fun. But yeah, that's my pack. There's the contractor garbage bag I was talking about. It literally is just a giant thick plastic garbage bag. It's not gonna rip, it's not gonna puncture, it keeps all my gear dry. Yeah, so it works for me. I didn't list any of my electronics, obviously. I carry all my electronics in my ribs pack. I don't really class that as my base weight. That's all extra stuff that I carry just because I'm out there having fun, doing my thing, making videos, just because I'm having fun. So I didn't list that. I didn't list my bear spray, stuff like that. To me, that's just kind of, I guess, territory specific. I mean, for me, yes, I always carry my bear spray. I do not walk onto a single trail without my bear spray. Up here in the Rockies, it's just, yeah, you get lots of grizzlies, lots of black bears, and it's just the smartest thing to do. But I didn't list that stuff. I just kind of wanted to show just strictly my backpacking gear, what works for me. This is what I've used for an entire year in the Rockies. I've gone through every kind of weather. I've dealt with hot days, I've dealt with cold days, I've dealt with rain. I've dealt with entire trips where it rained the entire time. 0 times was I uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form. I guess maybe this will help inspire somebody else to start getting into the lighter weight stuff. I know it's kind of this weird idea that people have that like the Canadian Rockies is this place where you can't do lightweight backpacking, and I'm just gonna say it's bullshit because I'm doing it and it works. This is my setup. I know I'm not ultralight at this point in time. I mean, I could go with a couple lighter weight quilts, and I could go with a Cuban tarp, and I could probably shave a couple more pounds down, but you know what? 14 pounds is fine for me. I'm okay with that. So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. If you have not hit that subscribe button, do it. It's gonna be probably one of the best decisions of your life. This is like the funnest YouTube channel you're ever gonna check out. Anyways, as I said before, I'm Maddie. Thank you guys for watching.